Hello, everyone. This is Witcher the Wizard again, coming to you kind of on a late Sunday evening. Apologize about that. So we're doing the Twin Flame, Twin Within energy pull for basically the week of September 30th through October 6th. All right. So the way it works, basically the reason why I call it the Twin Within, and most of you already know this, but I'll say it for the people who are just seeing this for the first time, is that I really believe that the Twin Flame journey is a journey within to connect with both your masculine and feminine energies within you, and to balance and unite them. And I think that once you do that, you can really become a complete and whole person and start to live life to your fullest desires. Whatever those desires are, your heart's desires. You're going to be completely in alignment with your feminine energy, which I believe holds your soul's desire, your soul path, and then also with your masculine energy, which is going to take that soul path and put it into action in the 3D world. In the world of material the material world that we live in, right? So that's I believe the true meaning of the Twin Flame journey. And once you do that, everything that you're wanting to come to pass in your life, you will actually be able to create that for yourselves, whatever that is. So I pull 2 cards, one for the feminine energy, one for the masculine energy, and then I tie them together with an oracle card. All right, so the feminine card, the card I pulled for the feminine energy was the 9 of Cups in reverse. Good old 9 of Cups in reverse. So for me, the 9 of Cups always represents finding your happiness, your emotional happiness within you. So here we have this person. She has all these cups as if she's setting up the table for a big party, right? Lots of people coming over and celebrating. And she's standing there by herself, raising the cup by herself. But if you look at her, she's happy. She's having a good time. She doesn't look sad. She doesn't look lonely. She looks happy, content, all by herself. She's realizing that she doesn't need anything outside of her to create her happiness in her life. And that it's impossible to find happiness outside of yourself. You have to find it within. You have to go within. You have to find that happiness within. And once you do, that will be reflected in your external world. But if you're constantly chasing happiness outside of you, that will be your life. You will constantly be chasing happiness. It's a mirage. It doesn't exist outside of you. It exists within you. And when you find that, that's when you're truly happy, regardless of what's going on outside of you. But I think what's more accurate is that when you find it within you, it shows up in your external world. Right? It's not saying that you're going to be sitting at home alone and, well, gosh darn it, I'm just going to be happy anyway. No, that you're going to find that happiness within you, and what shows up for you will reflect that true happiness within you, whatever that looks like. Okay? And so the feminine energy for the week has the nine of Cups in reverse, which means that we're still working with that opportunity to truly look for that happiness within us, within ourselves. We're not looking outside of ourselves for that happiness. We're going within. We're connecting to our heart, our soul. What's truly important to us. We're not chasing those external things, whatever that is. Relationships, wealth, food, hobbies. None of those things are bad. But that's not where your happiness is. right? You're going out, you're chasing all these things. It is literally the chasing after the rainbows for the pot of gold. Okay, that the pot of gold is at the end of the rainbow, but you never find the end of the rainbow, right? The pot of gold is inside of yourself. It's not at the end of the rainbow, right? It's inside. That's where you're going to find your pot of gold. Stop chasing the rainbow because it's just a mirage. Okay? Look within. All right, so that's the feminine energy. The masculine energy, interestingly enough, is the Empress. So the Empress card is all about abundance. Abundance of every kind. Not just wealth, but it's like true satisfaction in life. That you have all that you need, right? And so you look at the Empress, she's not out running around looking for stuff. She is sitting on her throne, and she allows that abundance to come to her. Right? She's like this abundance magnet, and it comes to her. She doesn't chase after it. And you can see that she's even pregnant, right? All of that abundance is within her. She is pregnant with abundance and creation, and she doesn't have to get up out of her throne and go running after it. That comes to her because that's all within her. She just has to sit there and allow that abundance to come to her. Okay, so that doesn't mean that we're not going to go out and pursue activities or actions in the world. But we're not pursuing those actions in a chasing energy. Right? We're not chasing after something. We've identified what's important to us, and we have our plans that we're going to do, and we act upon those things. But we're not chasing after something, right? And so a great example of that is when you are trying to find a particular job, and you are going out and submitting your resume to all these different places, and you're just not getting any responses back from them. So you go to a place and you say, gosh, I'd really like to work for this company, and you submit your resume and you don't hear any response back, and you keep submitting your resume and you keep submitting your resume to that one particular company, and you don't hear anything back from them. And not that persistence is bad, but I would say submit your resume to other companies. Submit your resume, like try everything. Go, put your energy in all different directions. And where you get a response back, where that energy that you're putting out gets reflected back to you, that's where you want to focus. Because sometimes we don't know. Like, for whatever reason, we don't know where the right place to put our energy is. We're just kind of like, we're just trying. We're just trying. We get an idea in our head and we think, well, that's what I'd really like to do. But we don't know if that's really what would be a good fit for us. The universe knows, right? And so when you put your energy out there, and you're not really sure where your alignment is, and you put your energy out in one place and it doesn't get returned to you, don't keep trying that one place. Put it out in all different directions and see what gets reflected back to you. And what gets reflected back to you, that's when you turn your laser focus onto that area and really pursue and see where it goes. Because that's just how the universe works. It's like you put your energy out, and what gets reflected back to you is that abundance that's waiting for you. And where your energy just falls on deaf ears, fine, you tried it, but move on. Like don't keep throwing good money after bad, as the saying goes. Don't keep throwing your energy into a place that's not getting returned to you. And that's for everything in life. Every single thing. Everything. Everything in life. Where you put your energy and it's not getting reflected back to you, let it go. Right? because the Empress doesn't chase. Look at all that abundance she has. She doesn't chase any of it. That's everything that's getting naturally reflected back to her. And so for the masculine energy, which that's the masculine energy's job, is to go out there and be active in the world. But not just be active, be effectively active. You have to put your energy out and then pay attention to where it's being reflected back, where you're getting that positive feedback, or any kind of feedback. Sometimes, like negative feedback is still feedback. You put your energy out there and you get nothing. And then sometimes you put your energy out there and you get negative feedback, or what seems like negative feedback. But you roll with it. Maybe you put your resume out there and somebody says, this resume isn't, it's hard to read, and, can't really say, why you think you're actually a fit for this job. You say, okay, that's feedback. You go back, you clean up the presentation of the resume, the format, and then you also really point out the specific reasons why you think you're a good fit for that job. You resubmit your resume, then they come back and they say, oh, okay, this is a lot better. We'd like to call you in for an interview. Whatever. It's just a, one example, but the main point is that masculines, or everybody, when you're using your masculine energy to get in action in the world, you really have to look and see, where's my energy being reflected back to me? And pay attention to that. And let go of where it's not being reflected back to you. Because that's just, if you keep throwing your energy in an area that's not getting reflected back to you, it's just a waste. It's a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your time. And you're not going to get anything for it. So those are the two cards. The Oracle card is Ghostlands. Oh God, this card pops up often, and I shuffle that deck really well too. So it just amazes me that keeps popping up. But there you have it. So I will read from the book. This is Colette Baron-Reid's The Enchanted Map Oracle deck, which I really enjoy. And I'll go ahead and say that the tarot deck I was using is from Corrine Kenner, and it's the Wizard's Tarot, which I really enjoy. It's got a lot of really good imagery and symbology. And the thing I really like about this deck is that Miss Kenner, and you can see it's a fairly thick book. In her descriptions of the cards, they're very sort of open-ended, which gives you the opportunity to figure out the meanings that fit you, that work well for yourself, right? She isn't giving you like hard and fast meanings. Here's what this card means. They're very descriptive and open-ended, and it allows you to kind of learn to fit the cards to your own self. So I like that a lot. There's a learning curve to it. I mean, you have to spend time with the cards. You have to really get the feel for them. But I think at the end of the day, it's better than just reading, here's what it means, and then you stick with that and you don't kind of craft your own meaning out of it. So, but I like the cards. Anyways, Ghostlands. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. So I think that goes really well with both of the cards. Okay, whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the Enchanted Map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps towards a goal or a dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You could look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. So I like that for both cards. So for the Nine of Cups reversed, a lot of times, in my life, I have thought, well, once I get that one thing in my life, I'll be happy. Whether it's the right job or a promotion or a big enough bank account or that brand new car or, whatever. I lose weight and get in a really great shape or I'm in a great relationship, then I'll be happy. Sometime in the future. It's always in the future. Happiness is always in the future. But that's not true. Happiness is there right now. It's here inside of you right now, waiting for you to discover it. There's nothing in the future that you need to have in order to be happy. You can be happy right now. And when you continue to think that there's some condition that needs to be met somewhere in the future in order for you to be happy, you'll be putting your life on hold. You won't be following your heart. You'll constantly be chasing after that thing in the future. If only I had that thing, then I could be happy. Then I could start living my life. That's not how it works. You've got to live your life right now. And realize that happiness is inside you right now. It's there. It's always been there. You've just lost sight of it. So no waiting in the future. And then also, I like it for the Empress card. And, it's all about discernment and, where you're putting your energy right now. You're putting your energy into something. You've got this dream that you want to fulfill. You're taking these steps right now, one step at a time to get to that dream. You're not thinking about that dream way off in the future. And you're not worried about mistakes you made in the past. That energy that you put into something that didn't pan out. It doesn't matter because there's only the right now. And you've got to focus your energy on the right now and focus on what's being reflected back to you right now. And that's how you're going to get to that dream in the future, is when you put your energy out there and then see what happens. Is it getting reflected back to you in some way, or is it falling on deaf ears? And then you make adjustments and you try it again. You make that next step, the next step. But it's always focused on the right now, like what's going on right now. And then as you do that, you will continue to move forward towards your dreams. And sometimes your dreams change along the way, and that's fine. Because it's always something better than what you dreamed before. There's nothing wrong with your dreams changing along the way. It's always something better. It's always something closer to your heart, closer to your soul, closer to your true self. But it's keeping a sharp eye on what you're doing right now, where you're putting your energy, and how that energy is getting reflected back to you. So that's it. I hope you all have a good week. Take care, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.